Hey everyone, before I get started, I just want to remind you that if you like my content, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and then join the Militiaman and Crew Patreon community by clicking the link in the caption. Hey, good afternoon everybody. Welcome to Militiaman and Crew. It's Friday afternoon, and I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I understand a few people are out at the beach, so Gigi and the family, I hope you guys had a great day. Everybody else, same. I hope you have a great day. We'll start off with the news today. There's an article out that's advisor to the Sudanese, and it says it's the implementation of instructions for the budget tables will not be long away and will or may be amended. So they're still working on getting that to that point, but this is coming from Mohammed Saleh. He's the financial advisor to the Prime Minister, Shia Al-Sudani. So anyway, the instructions for the implementation of federal budget schedules for 2024, obviously they're not quite finished yet. We haven't seen the end result yet, but anyway, that's what they say. He says today that I do not think that the instructions for the implementation of the federal budget, and according to, back up. He says, I do not think that the instructions for the implementation of the federal budget, and according to the financial schedules, related to the fiscal year 2024 was recently approved by the House of Representatives, which it was, will take a long time to be issued. So that's what he told the news. And so it will not take a long time. So obviously it's on their mind. He's kind of being a little bit vague, but he goes on to say that the basic instructions for the implementation of the budget issued regarding the tripartite budget law, 13 number of 2023, which is currently in force, are sufficient and effective. But perhaps there are some adaptations that require some amendments and additions to the instructions in force and in accordance with the requirements of the financial circumstances of the country. I like that part. In accordance with the requirements of the financial circumstances of the country opens the door for something else to happen, which is facilitated by the federal ministries of finance and planning. Well, of course, the financing and planning are going to be involved if there's going to be a change to the budget, and especially if Alak shows up and talks about some of the things that he's going to talk about at the end or somewhere in between. I'm not sure what organization level he's going to show up, but he's going to be in here tonight. By the way, everything we have here tonight is with patreon.com/MM and crew. Everybody's welcome. Please come on in and join us. We're getting down to some really intense stuff. The Discord chat room with Militiaman's chat room. Need to know that if you want to get in. By the way, there's some instructions for everybody, so thank you for showing up. There's been a lot of people coming and enjoying our room, so appreciate it. Thank you for all the support, all you guys' donations that come through Zelle, come through PayPal, and Venmo are totally appreciated. Thank you so much, MM and crew. Basically, it was just stating, once again, thank you for keeping this place happening. And it's been jumping lately, which is fun and nice. So he says that, in my view anyway, what I'm going to say is that Saleh is somewhat vague in this article. There's about 4 other paragraphs I didn't get to in his assessment of the ongoings with the budget, but he does give some hints. He suggests the budget schedules may not take long to be issued, as they stated. He goes on to suggest that there may be some amendments and additions, like they said, so hey, we'll just see how that turns out. So anyway, his suggestion is to accommodate Al-Alak that central bank mentioned is there to be an increase in gold reserves, the introduction of new issuance of high-quality currency, among other measures. I would not be surprised if it doesn't accommodate for those things to happen. Look, this is the statement that is powerful because he says that, and I'll get to it later on, but what I bring up there is a little bit of a hint of what's to come, because Al-Alak talks about that. He talks about enhancing their gold reserves. He talks about the introduction of a new issuance of a high quality currency, among other measures. Okay, so I'll get to that, and I'll get you the paragraph that talks about it specifically. Next Saturday, Sudanese on the southern tour to open oil projects. So tomorrow, Saturday, Al-Sudani is going to be traveling to Basra and to Maysan, okay, to open Al-Azmra unit in the southern refinery company in the province, and then he'll meet and visit with other a number of special projects in the oil sector. Basically, it's stating that the Sudanis will conclude his visit in Basra Saturday and return to the capital of Baghdad without going to open any service or any other projects. So basically, he's going to be gone tomorrow, but he'll be back when he's done on the same day. I think that's fascinating. Interesting that he mentions these oil projects on Saturday and he'll be home the same day. I really find that to be interesting. And he goes on to mention we would not go open any service of other projects that day. Does he need to be in town for a good reason tomorrow night into the next day? We're going to find out. It's obviously a very big curiosity of mine and maybe yours too. I mean, if he's doing oil projects and all of a sudden decides that he's cutting it off at that particular point, isn't it interesting that the 9th tomorrow, Saudi Arabia is decided to deal with BRICS, or as they say, they joined, and are they going to cease using the SWIFT system? Are they going to cease using those payment plans? Are they going to be able to do that? Are they not going to do it? We're going to find out. But it sounds like today, I think there's some information that's coming out about that topic. But again, we already knew about it. And what's the reaction to the world? At this stage of the game, Iraq and the United States still have an agreement, and they still do things. So just because other countries are doing it, what effect or impact? Beyond my pay grade. We're going to find out, though. I think it's going to be a big deal because of the timing and the convergences. Iraq opened oil deals. Again, he shows projects, and he's going to do that tomorrow, and then he's going to be done. It's from what this article talks about. And he'll be back home. So if Iraq's got something to do, Al-Sudani will be home when it happens, if it happens. So, launching a comprehensive instant digital payments initiative in Arab countries. This is coming from the Arab Monetary Fund. Electronic payments is on the table with them. They're actually doing it. Here it says, in cooperation with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Dr. Fahd bin Mohammed Al Turki opens the workshop to launch the comprehensive instant digital payments initiative today at the fund's headquarters, coinciding with the fund's strategic directions to develop capabilities and technical support to help promote sustainable growth and build financial stability. So this is another one of those convergences that I've been talking about. We've been seeing this of late. The move is all about protection of the financial system of the world and the region, as far as I can tell. Obviously, the Middle East is a big part of that. Will Iraq be a big component to that? Of course. Iraq changes the value of their currency, and all boats rise with the tide. All those countries that are trading with and doing electronic payments, et cetera, and doing trade with Iraq are going to have some sort of an impact and benefit. Those that are probably holding the Iraqi dinar when Al-Alaq deletes the zeros. By the way, you just keep in mind the Arab Monetary Fund, electronic payments, right? The Buna platform, electronic payments. Iraq's Rafidane Bank today talking about electronic payments with who? The International Development Bank. The International Development Bank working in conjunction with Rafidane Bank in the Kurdistan region. Why? They were audited. They're talking about that stuff. This is all coming in at the same time, and that's all happening right around now. So anyway, if anybody knows about the AMF, Al-Alaq does. Why would he know that? He was there. Al-Alaq was the central bank governor. Then he went on to the AMF, and now he came back. But guess what? Iraq Central Bank is still on the board of governors of the AMF. So these guys were in the meeting today with the likes of the Bill Gates Foundation. And what are they talking about? Sustainable growth and build financial stability. Isn't that some of the things that we talked about when Al-Sudani was in the UN Assembly meeting, and then in Davos, and then in Munich? Security. It's all about this. This is the progression. These are the things that we've talked about, and now you're seeing them come to fruition. So here's an accounting project. All right, we just talked about payments. The strategic partnership between the Kurdistan region government and the International Development Bank. They're talking about Kurdistan, I think it was Barzani or one of those gentlemen up there started a My Account project. Well, here they're talking about this partnership is a major achievement within the framework of efforts aimed at spreading and strengthening the culture of electronic payment and achieving financial inclusion in implementation of the directives of the Central Bank of Iraq. The directives of the central bank. So the Kurdistan region got their act together. Why? Because they need to have an accurate assessment of how many people they have, how much money is going out, how much non-oil revenues are coming in. All of those things, they have worked on it. And this is probably why we see the agreements. This is why the Kurds talked about they didn't have a problem with the 2024 budget. And I think that's what they're talking about in the future here. Or it's maybe one I don't have today, but that we know that that's the fact, that they talked about it anyway. It says the International Development Bank aims to continue its efforts in the field of disseminating electronic payment methods in the region by activating more ATMs in the bank's points of sales. Okay. It says Aziz Ahmed, Deputy Director of the Office of the Prime Minister of the Kurdistan Regional Government, praised the efforts of the International Development Bank and its contribution into developing the financial system of the region. Again, we're talking about financial systems, the Bill Gates Foundation, sustainability, financial system, okay? That's what we just talked about. And they're also providing various facilities and financial services that contribute to achieving this purpose. So they've got it all set. Dr. Ziad Khalaf, Chairman of the Board of Directors of the International Development Bank, stressed the importance of signing this partnership with Kurdistan Regional Government is to localize the salaries of regional government employees and provide all the facilities that contribute to achieving this goal smoothly and with great flexibility. Basically, what is this? This is just one more important item that has been launched. The Board of Governors with the AMF had a meeting on the topic of electronic payments, as I'd already said. They were talking about the sustainability of the region and the financial system. There's now, effectively, in my opinion, there's no coincidences to so many things that are unfolding and are around at the same time. The partnership with the Kurdistan region and the International Trade Bank are working together in the implementation to the directives of the Central Bank of Iraq. And we all know it's no wonder Al-Awlaq has talked about the issuance of a new, again, high-quality currency, something I'm still going to get to. Baghdad unveils a package of projects within the 2024 budget. So this is the governor of Baghdad, and he's talking about, his name's Abdul Muttalib Al-Alawi. He announced a package of projects in various sectors within the budget for the current 2024 year, while confirming the government's allocations in the budget were good. So here's another person that's praising the fact that the 2024 budget is a good one. They must know something. The government has several important projects during the 2024 budget, including projects in the water sector, building schools and roads, as well as the construction of pedestrians, bridges that will be implemented in all areas of Baghdad, the paving of main roads, the strategic projects for sewers at the 4 entrances to the capital, in addition to the almost completed hospitals, that's pretty good because they're building a lot of them, which are health centers and strategic water projects will be opened soon. So basically, they're gearing up for what? They're doing things. They're like implementing that process with the investment budget. It's obvious that there's a transition that's going on. It's a convergence. They're moving forward with all the things that Al-Sudani has been praised about. He's been doing this plan since he got into office over, 18 months? Something to that effect. The director of Rafidane Bank directs to facilitate the completion of citizens' transactions and remove obstacles. Basically, it's the Director General of the Rafidane Bank, Al-Karim Hussein. He says today he's there to facilitate the completion of citizens' transactions and remove obstacles. Basically, the quote is, "The bank's doors are open to everyone to provide the best services and raise the level of work in service of the interest of the people." What are they doing? He's basically talking about facilitating the procedures and complete transactions to improve the workflow of the bank, and what the importance of that strengthening communication with the citizens will be, and how they'll follow up with the other issues. So we can see that the transition is basically before us, and it's taking shape like we've never seen before, as far as I'm concerned. And on a bright note, it says the bank the FIB Bank obtains the highest credit rating in Iraq. So here's the Islamic Bank. It is the first Islamic Bank of Iraq investment, has been upgraded to a B-, but it's the highest in the region. And then if you looked at the ISX Stock Exchange, there's an article by the Iraq Investment Investor, I think is what the name of it is. Business News, they've got a big article on that today. It's in Patreon, check it out, but they got kudos. They're talking about their stock market being good, their GDP looking good, everything's looking good, big bang. Iraq's looking sweet, and they're publicly going over it. So the bottom line is that the efforts of this developing bank is on the banking scene in Iraq, and basically what's it doing? This bank's keeping pace with global progress. So lastly, I come to is in the news, and there's an article here that states, it says, in the news it's published that the text of the third strategic plan of the Central Bank of Iraq. The governor of the central bank, Ali Mohsen Ismail Al-Awlaq, announced the third strategic plan for the years 24 to 26, which includes a set of main and subsidiary objectives and initiatives to achieve the bank's aspirations. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 ideas supporting and promoting monetary stability, promoting digital transformation, simplifying electronic payments, strengthening cybersecurity, strengthening financial inclusion, maintaining sober financial system, developing the regulatory structure, strengthening the bank's position locally and internationally. I love it. And enhancing compliance of the banking sector and the non-banking financial institution sector. Okay, but above that and beyond that, the bank has confirmed its current adoption of 60 financial information units around the world. Around the world. This isn't 2016, folks. This has totally changed. Regarding the initiatives that the bank has linked to the sub-goals, including, here's the powerful stuff: the ability to issue medium or long-term securities, the transition from the platform to the bank's cent in the conduct of external transfers, the increase of gold reserves, the introduction of new issuance of the high-quality currency, the automation of monetary process, the support of micro and microfinance, the establishment of an electronic platform for the management of complaints, and others. So look, this speech that Al-Awlaq has done will be one to remember, that last paragraph. The fact he's talking about gold reserves, introduction of a new issuance of a high quality currency, and the automation of monetary processes, etc. It shows that he's moving in on those reforms, and will be likely showing us something very soon to have significant impact on what we're looking for. That's how I see it. For Al-Awlaq to be talking about the issuance of a new high quality currency is awesome. It should be, everybody's like going, you should just like absorb it. It's huge, especially when he uses the word issuance. It means it's coming or it's about to be released. What's not to like about all this, you guys? It's phenomenal. It's looking so very good, and it sounds like they're about ready to issue new money, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's polymer money. So we'll see. But so everybody, thank you very much for being with us. I appreciate you guys on this weekend, and hey, hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you soon. Thank you very much. Once again, guys, don't forget to hit that like button if you like this content. Subscribe to the channel or join us at the Militia Man and Crew Patreon community for even more exclusive content. You can also donate to this channel by hitting the links in the banner to help keep this page up and running. Your generous support is greatly appreciated, as always. Much appreciated. Thank you so much, and have a great day.